Here is the definitive collection of quotes from seasoned philosophers. 1. Seneca. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. 2. Marcus Aurelius. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. 3. Epictetus. Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. 4. Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. 5. Marcus Aurelius. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. 6. Seneca. Inwardly we ought to be different in all respects, but our exterior should conform to society. 7. Epictetus. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. 8. Seneca. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. 9. Marcus Aurelius. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love. 10. Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Seneca. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. 12. Seneca. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. 13. Marcus Aurelius. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. 14. Epictetus. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. 15. Zeno of Citium. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. 16. Plato. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. 17. Epictetus. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. 18. Lucius Annaeus Cornutus. The man who is not a good servant will not be a good master. 19. Zeno of Citium. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. 20. Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. 21. Marcus Aurelius. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. 22. Marcus Aurelius. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. 23. Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. 24. Seneca. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. 25. Seneca. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. 26. Aristotle. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. 27. Seneca. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. 28. Marcus Aurelius. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. 29. Marcus Aurelius. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. 30. Heraclitus. Nothing endures but change. 31. Marcus Aurelius. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. 32. Seneca. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. 33. Seneca. No man was ever wise by chance. 34. Seneca. He who is brave is free. 35. Marcus Aurelius. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. 36. Cleanthes of Assos. The willing is led by fate, the reluctant are dragged. 37. Marcus Aurelius. What we do now echoes in eternity. 38. Seneca. While we wait for life, life passes. 39. Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. 40. Epictetus. Keep silence for the most part, and speak only when you must. and then briefly. 41. Seneca. All cruelty springs from weakness. 42. Seneca. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. 43. Marcus Aurelius. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. 44. Seneca. Whatever can happen at any time can happen today. 45. Epictetus. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. 46. Marcus Aurelius. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. 47. Epictetus. Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. 48. Epictetus. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Marcus Aurelius. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. 50. Marcus Aurelius. It can ruin your life only if it ruins your character. Otherwise, it cannot harm you inside or out. 51. Seneca. The difficulty comes from our lack of confidence. 52. Lucius Annaeus, Seneca. What really ruins our character is the fact that none of us looks back over his life. 53. Epictetus. An ignorant person is inclined to blame others for his own misfortune. To blame oneself is proof of progress, but the wise man never has to blame another or himself. Seneca. Let us say what we feel and feel what we say. Let speech harmonize with life. 55. Marcus Aurelius. Mastery of reading and writing requires a master. 56. Seneca. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. 57. Marcus Aurelius. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. 58. Plato. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. 59. Marcus Aurelius. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. 60. Plato. Only the dead have seen the end of the war. 61. Zeno. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. 62. Plato. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Plato. Courage is knowing what not to fear. 64. Zeno. Steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. 65. Plato. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. 66. Plato. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. 67. Epictetus. An ignorant person is inclined to blame others for his misfortune. To blame oneself is proof of progress, but the wise man never has to blame another or himself. 68. Seneca. Nothing is burdensome if taken lightly, and nothing need arouse one's irritation so long as one doesn't make it bigger than it is by getting irritated. 69. Plato. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. 70. Plato. Love is a serious mental disease. 71. Seneca. To win true freedom, you must be a slave to philosophy. 72. Plato. The measure of a man is what he does with power. 73. Plato. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. 74. Plato. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. 75. Plato. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. 76. Marcus Aurelius. It is a ridiculous thing for a man not to fly from his badness, which is indeed possible, but to fly from other men's badness, which is impossible. 77. Plato. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. 78. Seneca. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. 79. Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. 80. Diogenes. In a rich man's house and there is no place to spit but his face,